Here we are. We're live. We're hip. We're happening. What is up, people? Welcome to the show. Welcome to tonight's show on I have no idea what. But we're doing we're we're doing a show. We're here. We're live. We're hip. We're happening. How's it going? Did you fly? Did you do anything exciting? Did you do anything new and cool during the week? Uh, or not? I don't know. I did some things. I got some flights in. I got some I got the videos posted like wait. I got the videos prepped to be posted up. I was working on that. I was working on that hard. I had to be working on that so people could get, you know, things. The only thing I need to do now is actually redo, unfortunately, I think I need to redo the actual build of the video because the quality is absolute crap. I don't know why it turned out that way. I don't really care. I mean, it's not bad, but it ain't great. Really, what it boils down to is I know it can be better. So I don't know. I don't want to use it. You know what I mean? Like I keep thinking about it over and over, like how it's laid out. Can I just get it out there? Does it look better rudimentary, the way you'd like to see it? Doesn't matter at all. I got I got questions, but one of the more important questions here was like I was thinking about this earlier today, and I put the questions in the description for tonight's show, and then I thought on it, and I was like, well, that's not actually asking what I wanted to ask the people in the first place. What I really wanted to ask. Okay, ready? Ready? I'm gonna ask it. No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously though, what do you like? Our aircraft in IVPAC by all of us manufacturers. Doesn't matter who it is. We keep track of them. I like to keep track of them. We keep track of them by way of what they are, what they've been doing. And um, although it's been a long time coming, we haven't done this in a long time. As dimensions and stuff, we used to keep track of dimensions and everything. And yeah, I'm wearing the headset. And well, what is it you want to know about it? Like, I don't know. What would you know? Like, when you see an info sheet or an infographic on a real aircraft, you find out like the day it was born, where they're located, who are the users, what its like range is, what its dimensions are, length, width, span, height, so on and so forth, max takeoff weight, so on and so forth. Well, obviously, the paper airplanes, I don't think weight matters almost at all. Um, but like, is there anything in particular like you look for, you'd be interested in? Um, because I mean, they have a spec sheet, but I don't think anybody's like it gets too specky and you lose people. So I'm like wondering like how specky do you want it to be? Is there anything in particular you want to see? Like dimensions, you're going to get because you see the grid. You'll be able to tell when it's built, and I could probably give it on the final graphic anyway, so that won't matter so much. But I think I don't know if anybody's going to have too much of a opinion on this really, just because like most people don't see as deeply into their planes as we do here. So like fulfilling our roles is key to us, and then we learn like based on how far it flies as to what role it fills, or how it flies in general as to what role it fills in IPAC. Um, and it's up to the individual contractors too, as well as the location they're at. And time and time again, you hear me talk about the roles because we always like to talk. It's the most funnest job we have, besides for me anyway, talking about the fin codes, because it also gives a good idea of how far the aircraft flies, how long the aircraft flies. That's the two key things to any aircraft flight that we build or otherwise, and to the roles in impact. So, like, I see a bunch of people out there with their videos, like a lot of gliders, and actually, I'm pleasantly surprised by how many people build a glider as it were, or what we like to call the glart, because it's like a amalgamation of a glider and a dart. um, they fly really good straight. There's a lot of planes out there that fly good straight, and again, pleasantly, I like seeing that just because like you don't. It's not something you usually see. You don't usually get that. I don't think. Usually you get, well, perhaps the two most common ones are the ones that fly straight like that, but then the other one is the ones that like, oh, it's gonna throw it boomerang action comes back to you. I don't know how many different ways that could be interesting to you, but there's a lot of people that have those out there too. Um, and it has its place, but it's like, dude, come on, so what? Like, that's a skill I think almost all of us as paper crafters can build. Really, really, it really is. I don't think it takes much to be able to do that. Could just be me though. I don't know. I mean, like to prolong the flight, to lengthen the flight, the longer duration, the longer distance. That really takes some how to. That really takes some, because you got to learn about your aircraft. Like you got to learn about it to make it stunt like that. But I mean, like seriously, your basic stunter, you can throw it in that loop to loop, and you could throw it and make it come back to you. So, and like there's various ways to make that aircraft look. I mean, when I say the stunter, you've already got an image of what it is. And if it's a boomerang plane, you really know. But you can make any plane from like the most obtuse design to like that cylinder that everybody's had to the regular stunter, which is that snub nose where the wings are wider than the plane is long. You know that's going to stunt. You know that's going to dive. Throw it at the ground, it pulls up. Throw it, you throw it straight out, it's going to come back to you. This isn't that big a deal. Some people really dwell on that crap, and I don't understand why. I mean, again, it has its use and it's cool, but to repeatedly go to the well, it's like, come on, man, show me something new. I'm trying to show you something new, really, I promise. So anyway, like that's what I was thinking. Like if you're given my how to builds, what you're waiting on is like something cool, something better than, yeah, I'll talk you through it. And you can sit here through us and watch these builds, of course, but there's other ways to go about it, and I'm making mine more technical. So once again, I put it to you like, what is it you want to see? Do you want to see? Do you want to learn a little history? Do you want to learn like how much it weighs? What its gross takeoff weight is? You're never going to get that on planes. I'm not going to tell you the gross takeoff weight. It's like 2 grams, whatever it can put up with when it throws it out of your hand. I mean, really, that's all it is. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And like as constructed as we're building those aircraft, as I was or building those aircraft, as I was making those videos, I was trying to see like, okay, what is what am I going to have here? What am I going to use? Or what am I going to make? What are people going to want to see? And that's what got me started. That's what got me like, you'll see something cool. You'll see something cooler. I don't know. I don't know, but we're just gonna build some stuff here. But like, hopefully y'all have been flying. Hopefully y'all have been building some stuff. Obviously the members and within a sphere have been a little busy. Obviously some people less busy than others, but and then obviously there's like other channels that are putting forth quality content. Good thing. Good thing. Should definitely do that sort of thing. Like especially if you have the cooler planes, and you should show them off. You should show people. I speak that. I know that like I haven't had as many, but I try to do that. Like some of y'all want to know about like these first flights I give the newbies and stuff, and y'all are like, well, "Hey, show me how to build that thing." Like, well, I can't do that yet because I haven't even. It's like my first plane. Y'all want a lot. I think y'all want a lot. If y'all want like my first aircraft, I'm not going to give you the one I just built, but I will give you variations. I will give you. I mean, I haven't even accepted the damn thing. How do I know what it's going to do? You know what I'm saying? So there's always that to think about. I think um I think it keeps people entertained. I think it keeps people airsick. You bounce around. Um, oh, I got an idea now. So I had this idea and I kind of dumped it, but now I've got a new idea. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, I'm always on the droops new technology. I come back to it once every other 3 years or something like that. It seems to be a like a I don't know a leap year sort of thing. 3 to 4 years, I'll come back and play around with these droop snoots. But I had this idea. Um, how did y'all's go? Did y'all build the one from last week? Did it work out for you? Did it suck? I mean, if it sucked, I want to know too. I can help you along in case it did. Um, they don't always work, but they're a pleasant surprise. I mean, like you can get a lot out of them. I think you can get a lot out of them. The hell? Yeah, I'm being quiet because I'm really, man. Isn't it funny? Like I said, the longer you do that, the more you like you get your aircraft. Like you're all about. It's freaking ridiculous. You're all about making the plane right, and you're concentrating so much on it. I'm surprised some of y'all, if you watch on the show, I'm surprised any of y'all. You can hear me ramble on, but is it better for me to ramble on, or is it better for me to do the build while quiet because you understand what's going on? Obviously, like in the case of you're trying to learn how to build the plane, you want to learn how to build the plane, so I can't shut up. But in this one's case, the reason why you're getting me most quiet is because I've never built this before. So don't be asking for me to make you tag along. You're already tagging along just by being with me on the build. I've seen this built before. I don't remember who did this. Oh, was it you? I don't. Oh my God! I don't have the stapler back here yet. Again, Jesus Christ. My toys. So I'm using the baby stapler. I always get you a baby stapler. You want to have something that can go in your box should your box go along with you. Or when we talk about aircraft, cargo aircraft, airlifters, you know what I mean? Because we have them in the IVPAC. This is the kind of thing they could carry. The big old huge swing lines you're used to, or anything else that you see in the office supply or crafty stores. No, maybe not. But this thing, yeah, this thing you could probably tote along, and this is what we're talking about. Still is really fucking heavy, but trying to get this accomplished here. Not gonna turn out the way I intended it to, but hopefully it'll be close to something. Because I'm already giving it too much wing. I really wanted it to be right up on that damn fin, and it's not. Not. Should be, but it's not. So the fin is suffering. Fin was gonna be small anyway, but now it's super small. I didn't want that to happen. So I'm quieter more now than I normally would be because again, like I'm building something brand new. Um, Newer builds, newer planes always get some like they require more attention. And for some odd reason, it's like turning down your radio when you're lost. And I like, stop talking while I try to get this fold in place. I guess it's like any kind of concentration thing, but it made me wonder about, like, that make you wonder about, like, historically speaking, like when I don't know Rembrandt was painting or Van Gogh or Monet or where Da Vinci was, when anybody, like when the sculptors were sculpting, when the philosophers were talking, well, I guess when they were talking, when they were writing, but like when they were painting, do you think they didn't have a radio? They didn't listen to Casey Kasem's American Top 40, so do you think they had to have it quiet while they're creating their masterpieces like we do? I mean, like, I don't always like to have that. I'll usually have music on, but you're getting the worst of it when we do the show because, of course, when I do the show, I'm doing the fucking show, so I can't just be quiet. Mm, I want this to work one of two ways. I want it to work either I want it to work with stupid small true winglets, or I want it to work with no winglets at all, but huge, like a gull wing. But I know the thing about a gull wing is most times with the aircraft that we build, if you want to put a gull wing, if you want to try the gull wing, you have to have a big fin to counteract it. You really do. I don't know if y'all have had experience with that, but it's having all the vertical control surfaces. You have to have a big fin. Oh my god, what did I do? So I put the fold in, and now it's creating a big old sack of wuss right there. Okay, okay, it's not bad. It ain't great, but it's not bad. I knew I was going to cut the tip, so that was going to be a problem. Makes the fin really small. Also makes this. Where the hell's the fuselage? Boy, I made the fuselage really small too. So I don't know what it is I was trying to achieve here. I don't know what to expect of this. But, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Like I had. Okay, so that look tape. I knew I was going to do that. I didn't want to do that. I almost kind of was thinking of should I have just V-fin this? But I got an idea though. There is something else I want to do. This wasn't done yet. Believe it or not, it's not done yet. My full intent of this idea. Oh no, I need the thin one. I almost always need the smallest one. This was my intention, and again, I apologize for being quiet. I almost feel like I should be playing music when I do this, so that you guys are like not completely wholly unentertained while I'm live. Because I get into it, and then I get into a lot, and then I forget that like, hey, I'm live. We should be talking. People want to know what the fuck is going on. Forgive me, you may not be able to see this. Ah, that's not gonna work. Jesus. You know, the whole point to doing what I'm doing here is learning that my damn Exacto is actually getting a little bit dull. You ever notice how when you do it with an Exacto knife, though, that you're like, it's really, it's really worse right at the more the pinnacle is. Like if you were trying to get, it's really tough to cut on your fold and get it just so. You know what I mean? It's the worst one. You can do it a lot of other places, but you can't get it like at the fold the easiest. It's so difficult. That's actually better. We'll try to do it on the other side here. Bear with me. I know you can't see most of the crap I'm doing. Sorry. But again, this was my intention. I knew I wanted to do this. Of course, I also knew, or I also expected, I should say, my Exacto to be sharper than this. Might be time to change the blade. Let me see the other one. My genuine Exacto. These are knockoff Exactos, but still work. I like how the line drawings look like they're from the 50s. Thing about it is I swear to God, I think this one, because I found this one. Um, I think because of that, I thought this one was duller because I thought it had been used. It's still pretty sharp. Didn't draw blood, but you saw the way I was cutting. I wasn't about to draw blood. I'm about to. The way I'm trying to cut this damn thing, though. I didn't want to do this because I was scared of how I was going to get it done, but I guess I'll unfold it because it's just being a pain in the butt. This one turned out better, but it could be better than this. God bless. There we go. Okay, I think I got that one. Yeah, I got that one right. Okay, let me do this one. I was trying to do it, not unfold it. So, I mean, I know probably most of you all in the background, if you were watching, and were like, why doesn't he just unfold it? Well, I was trying to do it without unfolding it. Now I'm kind of committed. I'm really just trying not to stab myself or cut myself. I've done it too many times already. This can't because the damn thing's round. Ooh, okay, it's sharp. Damn you. Just cut where you're supposed to cut. Doesn't even have to go that far. Look. Doesn't even have to go like a millimeter. It's like literally a millimeter. There we go. Okay. Finally. I was beginning to think that was never going to get done. The more complex you decide to make your plane due to stuff like that, the worse your tendency to screw it up gets, you know? So now I finally got it. So now, and again, yes, this was always my intention. The problem dealing with here is that this plane is a Delta Diamond, and I'm having these winglets be triangular, so I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. Like, obviously, it'll probably be a pretty stable plane if I give it some form of X-wing, but it's not really what I was trying to do. It really wasn't what I was trying to do. I just knew I wanted the winglets in it. I didn't really want the down winglets in it, but I realized that it's like, well, it's not going to work otherwise. So there we go. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it should be canted out on the top and straight down on the bottom? I don't know. Guess I'll have to fly it and see. Yeah, it's kind of crappy. Corkscrew, which is kind of what I was expecting. It's really weird with those. Like, you got um the Delta Diamonds are so, they're great for hard throws. What we in IVPAC call the Hatro trainers, because they need hard throws, and we give you the Hatro trainers so you learn how to throw it hard, because it's not just a simple like American football or baseball style where you just throw it as hard as you can that way. Sometimes you have to crank your own self, the body, the mechanics. It's not just your arm. And by that, of course, I mean, yeah, I'm getting to that age. I could probably die of pneumonia. Um, I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. There, stay there. Prevent that. Anyway, um, man, screw you. Uh, like the Hatro trainers are like, you have to. If you ever watched Ken Blackburn gear himself up for the throw, and then throw for the world record when he had it, um, those kind of body mechanics are what you need, kind of, if you want, like, if you don't have a rubber band launch, or if you want to, just like really get into it and throw it, stuff like that. Yeah, it requires a lot of body mechanics, bending at the knees, swiveling the hips a little bit, pivoting on the ankle, the lower leg, knee, ankle, leg portions. You got to get her just so. Watch the mechanics on some of those ones, especially if they require a more up throw. Yeah, they're really wicked. It's not a simple of like lean back and throw with your arm. You got to get your body into it too. Um, and again, that's what we have trainers for, is to teach you, like, okay, this plane is gonna need this, so crank on it. Don't give it a rock throw. Don't give it a baseball throw. Give it a all you can give it throw. Hand it off to somebody else. They can throw it harder. It's really what it is. But like, it's funny because I've had, obviously, the javelin. and even Nova for that matter, be Nova's shorter range, but or Nova Lynn even, like the Delta Diamond, and they work because they've got something in the front to counteract the back end, which you would think that the Delta Diamond's inherently stable, but you can't really give it fins, and if you could give it fins, they'd have to be huge. And even if you do, they don't like flying that much. Try doing, you ever give yourself a chance, build a Delta Diamond, build the basic Delta Diamond, which is how I started that one. It takes nothing, you know what I mean? Like anybody can do it. You just do, um, I'm not going to waste this sheet. Remember, y'all were talking about how that was. This is how you make those sheets, but this is how you do the Delta Diamonds. Like your basic one was just how you saw me start that one. You just want to do that sheet, you split it in half. And if you fold that and you fold it again, you're going to get a Delta Diamond. That's like the basic Delta Diamond that everybody builds. Um, I can remember when I was like 6 years old and thought that was fascinating because I'd never seen it before. Um, Damn you. But anyway, they're not inherently stable. Not really. If you were to build that and you didn't do anything to it, it really wouldn't be great at all. It would kind of suck. You'd have to work it. So, does that really work? Oh yeah, look at that. You see that? I should have that up there. I love having that up there. Not really because it's the Daily Show though. Daily Show shouldn't have that, I think. But you didn't see that. Yeah, now you see it. Now you don't. It's a carryover from the last one because I haven't had to change it since the last time you saw it because of the last show. But I don't know if a readout should be on this show. Paper Aircraft Weekly. It would be. It should. I realize now, of course, that it really should read more like what's going on out there in y'all's world or any other paper aircraft. I kind of really don't understand why the hell I actually turned this into an hour, 3 hour show for Paper Aircraft Weekly when it should be like an IVPAC Weekly and then so on and so forth. And we talked a good game about it, but then I can't get the rest of my bros on together often and common enough to make this the shows that I'm thinking of, which is why I'm still sticking with this. Maybe if I can get one or two or four of y'all more out there on a regular basis, we'll change that. But right now, I'm leaving it the way it is for that very reason. Is it because I did what I did with that one? Let's change it up. Let's change it up. We'll do one more. I didn't even think that was going to turn out to be something, except a waste of staple. Than they usually are. I mean, like those planes like that. I mean, will I take the staple out? No. No, I probably won't. That'll be a staple they find in 100 years in my backyard when my backyard gets dug up for who the hell knows. I don't know what they'll do. Maybe they'll dig it up. Maybe they won't. What I messed up with and what I can change here, I cut an angle into it, which I should never have done. You can't cut an angle into it. If you remember the droop snoot, those cutting an angle into those, you can do that. Will it work? The hell if I know. I don't. I don't know why I keep messing up. That's what I don't know. It's like I keep messing these up. I keep not getting the nose down to the point, and then I get. See, that's too extreme an angle. I don't want to do that. Actually, I could do this, I suppose. How about that? This isn't. This is why it doesn't really work with a Delta Diamond because once you build it like this, it's fatter, but it's not. I can almost guarantee this plane will fly better, but it isn't the way I want it to look. Two reasons. One, I eliminated the Delta Diamond, and I can show you a little bit of a aerodynamic um, how to on there on that, but I'll have to break it down for you better on the other aircraft that we built. But Well, I did want that. I didn't want this. I can't get rid of that. Hmm. What's fascinating is I have an idea here. How did I give you the fins on that last one? Not this one. The one the one that we built the one that we built, the son of noob. I gave it there and it popped it, but like because I continued it this way. See what I was thinking of is I can cut this so that the lineup follows this the Delta Diamond's trailing edge. And of course I'd probably do this here at the rudder. Ooh. But now I'm thinking of something else. I always have these weird ass thoughts while I'm going on, and this is one of the reasons why, like with paper airplanes, um, throughout the history, you'll see it on the sheets every once in a while. Like our rollout and our first flights with paper airplanes, usually everybody like we have to keep track of that in IVPAC, and let me tell you why. Because we tinker, or I'm a tinker, mostly me. I'm a tinkerer. So it goes beyond just having like your basic plane and flying it. Like you would think that like if you say you were in school and you built a plane, you're like, oh, I finished it up. I fly it after school. So the rollout and first flight would be the same day. Yeah, that can usually happen. But as you see, obviously, I mean, you can't tell, but wherever you're at, and probably not on like you're in Europe or anything because y'all are asleep. But these are, it's like nighttime. So I can't just build this and say like, let's go see it because it's dark. And I'm not putting lights on it, or it's not built out of glow in the dark paper. Yeah, I want to do that, but so I won't be able to find it, won't be able to track it, won't be able to see it fly. So I can't go and test fly. So its rollout will be today, but its first flight may not be until tomorrow because I don't count the first flight inside the indoor flights. If that's where you guys like to fly, that's one thing. But if I like to fly outside, so I can fly it like 20,000 times, literally 20,000 times, 200 times in the house. It won't count until it goes outside. And luckily, I've never been through that because actually, I seriously would probably question that very thing. I didn't really consider that. But if you really only could fly it, or some of y'all that fly indoors a lot, and we followed the procedure like it's not really its first flight until it flies outdoors, you could fly it, bring it repeatedly to the plate 20, 40, 60 times, and still never have its first flight, even though it's got 60 flights on the frame. That's an interesting proposition that I don't, I've never even stopped to consider. So that's going to be, however, in IVPAC, you wouldn't really have to worry about that either, just because I'm thinking in IVPAC, you're like, well, what are we going to, like, really, what's, you're not going to fend anybody off. If you have a house that big, which you wouldn't, or a garage that big, probably wouldn't, or a stadium that just so happens to be your regular place, this is your base, how can you get attacked when it's a controlled environment? So you really don't need to have your own, you don't need to be a member, you don't need to have that kind of status. I can't see that, so but anyway, that's a bridge I'd have to cross when we got there. So I'm gonna do this. I may regret this, but I'm gonna do this because this is gonna be dangerously close to. Damn it, David. Dangerously close to Norfing this thing, and I really want to do that. The hell does it go? Wait, where the hell? Pardon me, I need a pen. My IVPAC pen. You like that? Pretty cool, isn't it? Get your IVPAC pen, people. Get your roundels for crying out loud, you people, you members. Okay, so the cut is there. All that just to make sure I get the cut right. You'd think I'd learn this crap by now. Building paper airplanes my whole damn life. I don't regret it. It's not a regret. It's just some things I do that are so stupid. That ain't gonna work out the way I meant it. So I'm gonna do a little bit more. There's really a reason for this. Hey Robert, how's it going, man? I'm trying to act psychic. I don't actually know if that's Robert, but I noticed a concurrent viewers popped up. I assume it's Robert because it usually is about this time. Could be UAE, could be Abby. I don't know. Anyway, that's more like what I was trying to accomplish here. God, now I think I almost made it too big. No, because no, because the wing will take some of this out. That's why I did it in the first place. It looks like a hell of a lot, but it's not because the wing is going to take some of this out. Once the wing is formed independently of the fuselage. Bear with me, I kind of know what I'm doing. Not real good at it, but I know what I'm doing. Do I want to be really fancy? Yeah, I kind of do. I don't even know why, but I kind of do. Man, I still didn't make the wings match up. Like I said, been building planes my whole life, and I still do stupid shit like that. Any of y'all think that you get something wrong, or like how do you build that good, or whatever, and it's never really that good. See, this is evidence of that. You can't really see that. My wings don't match. Symmetry is everything, and I still can't get it right. It's because for some odd reason I'm experiencing poopiness here. I don't know what I did. I mean, rather, I should say I don't know when I did it. Obviously, I know what I did, but I don't know when I did it. Now the Delta Diamond won't match, right? Oh, no, it does match. Okay, well, that actually helped it out. It did. It's more even. It's really more even. But anyway, so did that. Why did I do that? I don't know. I'd like to say you'll see in a minute, but at the rate this is going, will it look cool? Hell if I know. You'd think it would. Personally, I think I'm going to screw this up though, because it really looks like I'm giving it like there's a certain again aerodynamic quantity that needs to be fulfilled when you build the aircraft, and when you expect it to do a certain something that you know you're not going to get it. Like I was talking about before with a stunter, you don't want to make the wings wider than the plane is long. This is a pretty good example of that because the wings look pretty damn deep. The fuselage is not, and the length is not. Fortunately, the Delta Diamond tips count even though they really don't. So I got a length of, yeah, just over 8.25 inches. But I got a width, unfortunately, I got a width of just over 3.75. It literally is just over in both cases. That's weird. But that means its width is almost, its span is almost its length. You're not really trying to, you really don't want to do that. How the hell am I going to tape this down? Or at least the fins will be identical. I was worried about that because I didn't know how I was going to pair up the fins in the fold. In case you're wondering, like you see me doing that often, like cut squares, and I showcase this to a couple of the boys offside the show, and I'll point this out to the rest of y'all out there. This is definitely the better way to make fins. A lot of times I see a lot of y'all like obviously I'm not saying what you're doing isn't working because it obviously is. I'm just offering this suggestion. If you can make the same kind of folds you put in your fins that you do say in your noses, you're going to get a lot more. There's more, or your wings for that matter. You're going to get a lot more stability out of your fins. And that's why I make a square cut that becomes the fin because, well, it works. Try it sometime. You'll be pleasantly surprised. I just don't know how it's going to work on this thing because look at this. It's turning into a giant moth. And that's what I feared too. Like I could have made the cut all the way here and put them fins way out here. And see, they're still freaking close proximity to the fuselage, which is really not what I wanted to do. Looks kind of cool. Makes the wings hella flimsy back there. Looks cool. I don't know if that's really gonna. I don't know if that's really gonna matter. But sometimes, and I don't know if y'all suffer through this. I don't know if y'all believe in this as well, like I do. But sometimes looks are all that matter. Not a real good way to go through life. I'm not suggesting you go through life that way. But I mean, like, there's more to life than looks alone. Some of the sweetest looking airplanes in the world are dog ugly. Because, I mean, seriously, the A-10 has only a face a mother could love. But it gets the job done. That's all right. There's a good place back here. Tape these things down. Of course, I'm at the mercy of the weakest of wings. I'm trying to tape everything at once, so I'm taping the tailplane together and the tailplane to the body so that it doesn't flap. Again, method to my madness. In theory, this should replace the need for a winglet, but I'm also thinking of putting the winglet back on because it's a Delta Diamond and it's huge. So I have no expectations. I think this thing's going to be utter crap. The wings are too big. Part of me really wants to do that. Before I make that cut, let me fly it first. Yeah, it does what I thought it does. So another Hatro trainer. It throws good. Leaving your hand, you just throw it, which is inherent in most Delta Diamonds. The weaker you make a Delta Diamond, the less like structure you put in the wings, the worse it gets about being like what we call the Hatros. You got to give it a harder throw, and by the time it loses all the thrust from the hard throw, it just corkscrews and burns, just corkscrews and burns itself into the ground. Let me see if I can go get them with you guys along. I'm on the headset, so my headset's got a stupid long super cable, but I also have the cables wrapped around a little bit, and I didn't think I was. Damn. I shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't do that. What the hell is it wrapped around behind? Oh, the controllers. Okay, but I think it's long enough to get them. Because their flights kind of sucked. Oh my god. Alright, wait. Ironically enough, they fly about the same way gently, or they fly like a gentle plane just as well as they fly like a freaking hard throw. Not like I gave them a stupid hard throw, but I did throw them. And you saw they came down. This birdie just kind of dove in. This one glided in pretty nicely. It didn't do that when I threw it across the room. I didn't date them because these are truly experimental models. I mean, I should date them. Okay, I'll date them. Because you can't not. God knows I can't forget today's date. Can't forget that I write. Man, my pens do not like to write in this basement. Ah, it's the wrong date, mother trucker. You guys could have told me this. Not the same plane, but now this is two totally different designs, so I don't have to actually worry about putting the number within a number. Just I always do this because like these are obviously prototypes, true prototypes. You saw the first ones built. These are two different aircraft, two different prototypes, two different planes. So you see how this turns into developments because this is like building these are just like I said. This is like ND 26-4 and dash 5. I think I could be wrong, but anyway, yeah. So if it has prototypes, if you get like something out of it, you decide you like something and then you bring it along and use it. Well, you need to know where they landed from, and this is how we talk about the rollout versus first flight. If I develop anything out of these, and yet it changes, but the folds stay kind of the same, these could be conceived as the rollout. So it needs to be maintained for us. I mean, it ain't any different than like you see it. If you guys are old enough to remember or see like the YF-22 competition that brought up the YF-20 or the F-22 versus the YF-23, you see where the family lines lied, but the YF-22 looks nothing like what the F-22 does, which is a piece of crap. The F-23 should have freaking won. God, I would be so proud of our Air Force and our military if we let the F-23 fly the skies. Man, that thing is amazing. It was probably too wham bam advanced for everybody. It just flew over its head. So now we're going to miss out on it entirely because we're not going to use it for anything unless the F-47 uses it. I love how our like we let one little bitty blurb slip of how the front end of this thing could look, and the rest is obscured by cloud. And the commander in chief says we're going to have this plane, we're going to have it soon, and now all of a sudden it's flying and testing weapons and stuff, and looks just like the digitally altered, mostly obscured drawing. You love that? They're like that's all of a sudden that has become the F-47, the plane you've seen like the first four lines of in what may be the cockpit. And quite frankly, I don't quite understand why anything we build next would actually have a cockpit. I don't understand that at all. The next planes we build should be unmanned, almost totally, or like such that you build them in blocks of five plane batches, and the first one's manned and the other four are unmanned. I don't know why we do it anymore, or I don't know why we just don't like retire all F-15s, F-16s, all that shit, and just build like 3,000 Predators. Or the next one, the Avengers. What was it, the Reapers? Yeah. Just build the Avengers. Something like that. Like, screw this crap. Go somewhere with this. I'm trying to see if I want to do anything with this motherfucker. God, it looks goofy and yet it flies and yet, I don't know. Like, uh, uh, I don't know. All right. I really wasn't gonna do this. I still might not do this. I'm trying to think of. Uh, all right. I'm gonna do this one more time because I wanted to be better than that one. You can't see it. I wanted to be better than this one. That one's got more of an idea that I want to use than this one does. Hopefully you're building along with me. Maybe you can make the vision that I don't have come to life. I don't even know if I want that one or that one. It's just it's so messed up, isn't it? I got an idea. Just don't know what I want to do with it. Y'all ever y'all been with your parents long enough, or y'all living life and stuff long enough to realize like buy a house and then It's basically about a year after you move in. For the first year, you have all these people with services and insurance contact you, and then the next 20 years they contact you about, well, maybe you'll want to maybe you'll want to, I don't know, reduce your payments or buy another house, or I don't know what it is they think you're going to do. It's just really funny. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. So here we go again. One more time. I don't like this one either. If I can find a happy medium between what that one was and what this one could be, well, I was trying to eliminate the Delta Diamond. So it's got creases in it. Trying to take them out as I go. I don't know about. I don't know how this is going to turn out. This is crazy. I don't also know why I'm so obsessed with this. Hi, Abby. I don't know why, but I sensed your presence. Could be the emoticon on there, the omnipresent, the 14-year-old favorite. You're not a female, are you? I'm being serious. Just because, like, well, you're either a female or you're under the age of 15 because of the usage of emoticons as frequently as you do. Plus, you're like in India, so it's like a few years behind the times. I don't think any of our young Americans use emoticons much anymore. Maybe they do, but I haven't seen it. Most of the kids I'll be hanging around with don't do that. I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious, bro. Anyway, this one does look a little sweet. It does look like it's a little bit between those two. Hard to believe it's the same aircraft or same idealistic size of the aircraft. Okay, so now if I give it a was the bad part about that doing it from here? Should I leave that and start from the man? Hey Robert, how you doing, man? Yeah. Hell, the gang's all here. I'm gonna do it differently this time. I'm actually gonna fold the wings first before I make the cut. Because I need to see. I need to see. I don't know what it is I'm gonna see, what I need to see. God, I didn't even actually give this a thought. Gotta start thinking about certain things in the house now because now it's like 10 years since anything's happened. We've been in here long enough that like the time's gone on by enough that like now things. Some people are just content to live life. It's scary. Just scary. Yep, there they are. Yep, those creases. Okay. This is gonna turn out differently already because this is a different kind of paper I've just now noticed. I'm gonna borrow a page out of Jason's book and use a little something to help me take the creases out. The old creases and gotta attack them a little bit better. Okay. This paper's thicker. Okay, so I'm still looking at. Yeah, didn't improve the situation much. I mean, I thought I was going to, but I'm not. Let's write the date on it. Well, it's like this. And maybe 25, 26. Okay. Okay. So now that I got that formed, let's do the stupid things that I've been doing. I don't really, man, trying to decide whether or not I actually like that or not. I mean, I guess overall it's probably cool. It's probably, God, looks kind of doofy. Maybe the strength of this one, though, will turn it out better. If I could put those fins in a better spot. That means I'll have to cut all the way up to here, though. I could leave the fuselage back in it. Yeah, let's try to use that back in there. You guys at work, you at school, you at play, what are y'all doing? Please. What did I say? I said I was going to try to keep. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think the only way this is going to, I think the only reason this is going to work is because I'm dealing with thicker paper here. Oh, man, this thing's going to be. Yeah, I figured you would. I figured you were. Oh, man, I'm going to fold it out of the way, too. Got it. Got it. Okay. Go up on the wing here. Pretty good. Just a bit more. Okay. Well, that almost sucked. But now that we got that, let's see what we got here. Okay, so now, well, this will turn out better because the wings, the fins are way the hell out board of the, way the hell outboard. Jesus. Okay. I don't even know. Well, it's gonna be bad too because of where they're located. But let's see here. Oh my God, how did that happen? How? Don't you hate it when the cuts don't match? Like seriously, the cut is different. Oh man, now I'm gonna play leapfrog. I also hate it when that happens. But you make the cut on one side and it's lower, then you make an exaggerated cut on the other side, then it goes up higher, then the other one goes up higher, and pretty soon you're playing leapfrog with the inchworm down the well, and you can't ever freaking get it back. Okay, that matches up. Jesus! It matches up, but there's more fin on one side than the other. Something's going on here. This doesn't really match up. Fudge sickles. Let's go a little bit higher. Okay. Let's try that. Symmetry is important, people. All I'm trying to do is match up the folds at the bottom here and then see if they're somewhat close at the top, which they're not. This thing needs to get, for some odd reason that I don't know why, this thing needs a sliver off of it. That works. Oh, yeah, that works real good. Okay. Now I matched it up. Now the problem is going to be matching up the pin itself because this one is not going to be visible to the other one. That's scary. Can do it that way, but I got to make sure it matches this way. So I'll do this first. There's the tip. Got to bring the tip down. Yeah. to match that tip. Hopefully that works. I think it did. Okay, so then bring that up. Then do the fold here. Make sure the fill. Oh, yeah, I got it right. It's pretty hard to do when you're flipping over the wings. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now. All right. Yeah, that's better. I wanted him to be more outboard because I think that's one of the reasons why that thing bows out and corkscrews so much is because the fins are there, but they're big enough, but they're too inbound. These are outboard of the wing more, so I think this will be a better situation. Are you, Robert? Are you proposing that rubber band launching will be so that if we become a paraplegic in a wheelchair or in the old folks' home, we can still throw the planes? Because I like throwing. I believe in it. Don't get me wrong. I believe in what you're proposing and what I've seen, but I like to throw. I'd almost go as far as to say, man, I'm gonna give it up if I can't throw anymore. I'll probably like, yeah, put me in the ground. I'm done. Like my old man used to say, or says, he used to say, like 2 weeks ago. But if he loses his sight, he's like, I'm done. I don't want to paraplegic. I'm done. If I can't walk and I can't see, fucking kill me. And I mean, I can understand that, but I kind of feel that way about throwing. Like if I can't throw anymore, ain't much to life worth living after that. Oh yeah, see, watch mutros potros. Yeah, they look better that way. Nice, stable, strong. Because this plane's actually really got some strength to it that this doesn't. This is made out of copy paper. This is a little bit more stronger paper. So see what we can get out of this here. All right. Fold over here. A piece of tape. Yeah. I like the stinger too. I probably won't like it too much. Look better than that though. So you got somebody converted. You must be happy about that, man. I don't know. Like I said, I can see the benefits of it, but I also can see like some. It just. I can see an aerodynamic changing because while it is something that can probably be added to most, I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely willing to try it. It just. Well, obviously not because you haven't done that, Abby. Planes must not be flying. Hey, if your planes are crappy, then I understand why. I get it. Like when I build crappy planes, I don't test fly them either. All right, let me give this one a shot. Oh my god, that one sucks. just sucks. That didn't even go as far as these other two did. Oh man, like I said, they're not all winners. This thing, yeah, that was a bad idea. I don't know what part of this was a bad idea. Probably all of it. This is a bad idea. This plane absolutely sucks. Maybe it's the fins. Maybe it's I don't know what it is. This isn't good. Uh, what can we do to make it better? Ball it up, light it on fire. Oh, maybe I could do that. I don't know. This is a piece of crap. Don't build that. Or if you built that on notebook paper or copy paper, let me know if you had any better luck, because this thing sucked. Oh my god. Man. I don't know. This is. I can see where I could change it and do something good. I can see where I could alter the hell out of it, but I also can see, like, why the hell did I do this and that? And it's the Delta Diamond. Shouldn't do the Delta Diamond. That's what screws it all up. I think. I don't know. Maybe I should rubber band launch it. With the droop snoots, I almost got a hitch. You know what I mean? Like, actually, Robert Edwards just didn't, like, obviously you can put it on any plane, but seriously, a droop snoot, I could keep that, then cut the hitch into it, like, right there. Think about it, seriously. Wouldn't even be, here, let me do this one, because this one sucks the worst. This one, big blue donkey balls. Check it. There, ready for the rubber band. Hey, the droop snoot actually makes it rubber band launchable almost out the gate. Um, I'd probably want to make it a little bit different than that, but even reinforced. I mean, it's not bad. Just think of it as that's the one I like the best out of all of them, because at least it's not as wide. These wide ones suck. I Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Do I think that's a problem? Yeah, I do think that's the problem. I think that's the problem. I think its wings are too wide for its own good. Now it actually looks kind of cool. And it does fly better. It does fly better. Okay. Okay, let's do it. We're going to go all out. We're going to go all out. Let's try this. I said I was looking at it. Okay. Clipped wings work, especially when you're dealing with crap like this. Diamonds or Delta diamonds. Yeah, I know. I've said it so much it ain't even a word anymore. I'm sorry. It makes them look a little bit better. Make them look a little bit more realer. Oh, man. Now that one's the horrible one. That one's a piece of crap. Oh, man. Two pieces of crap in a mediocre plane. We're doing pretty good. There's a big problem. There's a big problem with that one, though. As cool as that one is, cool as that one was to build and look at, probably out of all three of these, the problem with that one is the problem with this one is it's made out of heavier paper. So I can't honestly tell if it's cool because of the design or it's cool because of the paper. And this is one of the many reasons why you have to build a great many aircraft. Because you got to build a great many aircraft. I almost want to snip that, but I feel that's actually one thing that keeps it cool. So I'll leave it like this. I'd probably fly this one outside. It's not so bad. So about an hour of building and jibber jabbering, and one aircraft is all right. Design philosophies, man. These things are, man. Yeah, Bill Jones. But you guys build it and tell me if you think that you can get anything better out of that, because those things are, oh man, do you ever like to piss me off? Those things are just like stupid, stupid. I mean, why would it even, seriously? Why would it even be that way? You know? Oh, that's stupid. Okay. Maybe I can do that. That's not bad. You didn't see anything else. Always? You think always? I don't know about all that. I've got some pretty old ass rubber bands. And again, like, that's what I mean though. At the point where it takes me where I'm not going to be able to throw it, I'm not going to be interested in it anymore. Because building is like, our craft is two things, it's building and flying. And if I can't fly, I don't care. And I don't know why, but it almost kind of feels like that's cheating. Again, I'm not dissing it, and I think it's worthwhile endeavor. Like I'll try it, but like I said, I'm very, like, I love throwing a football around, American football around. I love throwing frisbees and stuff. So once I'm not able to throw, I'll be like retired from basically everything. Like I don't even, man, that's gonna be it. I'm not putting that idea out to pasture, and I definitely want to do it. But it's like it's kind of like switching to plastic planes. You know, I feel like, seriously, I kind of feel it's like switching to plastic planes. It's like if you can do it, obviously do it. But I feel that like it's cheating a little bit, and it's not the inherent spirit of what it is we do. You know, like I think paper aircraft construction and then flying is about you throwing it. You know, I'm still. I mean, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Like again, like if you can launch it, launch it. I guess it. Hell, does it really matter how? I just know personally, I want to throw. I want to throw. It's one of the things I enjoy about it. So, but like this one here, I'll definitely like javelins, especially. I'm definitely gonna rubber band launch a couple of those and see what we do. I got my wife will be happy about that. I've got so many freaking rubber bands. I got these. I've said it, but you might have forgotten it. But like a few years back, I got these rubber bands that are like I don't know. They're bigger than this table is. They're for holding stuff on a pallet, so they're huge, huge. Us. It would take two people. Well, it wouldn't take two people as long as you're holding. You have two stakes in the ground, probably about 20 meters apart, so you can pull back on them. I mean, they're bloody huge. Uh, I man, I can imagine how a rubber band launch would work with something like that. If it was here, it would be in a pile. You'd think it was many rubber bands. I know y'all have seen my box of rubber bands. I brought them on the show before, and I can bring that out. Wait a minute, hold on, I can bring that out. That I have readily available. Why the 332? That's not a bad idea, actually. Wouldn't mind a little showcase on the 332. Y'all ain't seen that one yet. Give that thing some love. My big box old rubber bands. I have no idea why I have this many rubber bands. It smells of rubber. Yeah, I got rubber bands. I got. This is one of the ones I was talking about. You can't see it all here. Hold up. Hold up. Well, that one's dead. Well, there's two that are dead. See, they get dried out. That one's toast. Any of y'all know if that warm water trick works? What is that? That's not a rubber band. That's a rubber grommet. So here, this is This is the rubber band I was talking about. That's one rubber band. Yeah, thing is huge. Huge. It's like bigger than Trump's forehead or wannabe mullet that he keeps rocking. A lot of rubber bandage going on here. Hold on. Yeah, I got rubber bands. And now, thanks to this, all I smell is rubber. If my cat got a hold of this, he would never stop chewing. Chesapeake loves rubber bands. I didn't bring any kind of light. Man, shit. I think I dropped one. And it went to the ether. I don't know where it went. The hell? No, seriously, where the fuck did it go? You silly bastard. They go in my shoe? Went in my shoe, didn't it? No? Man. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. It's a little piece of crap. It's like a ghost rubber band. No, don't send me any paper cars. Do not send me any paper cars. I will not do anything with paper cars. I see no... Man, all of my planes are paper cars if I choose to call them that. They fly the exact same way. I don't see a difference, bro. A paper car? Does it have wheels? No, it's got wings. That makes it a plane. I don't know if you're aware of that, the way that system works, but no. I always thought that was a little bit over the top. But anyway, rubber bands. Yeah, I got them, so I can launch them. The whole bottom of the thing is actually put over that big giant green thing. I didn't realize how much shading we're going to deal with that. But yeah, so, I mean, I can do it. And I will try it. I'm not, just a different way to go about your day. So yeah, I'm more excited about this one. This one's kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, well, we'll see where it goes though, because like so far as tests go, most of these have been major disappointments. Like I said, they're not all winners. And if anything else, that's kind of what I wanted to learn you tonight is if you build some, not everything you're going to build is going to be a winner. Well, yeah, here's a primary example of that. Oh, what did I do? Got goo on there. Recreate it. It's pretty easy to do. Which one? What number do you want? You would say 332-1. Which one? I got 17 of them. I think I got more of them than I do with 332-2s. Either way, it matters not. You just mean a generic 332. I can do that. But, oh, you want the tutorial up? Oh, okay. Ironically enough, that was the one I was working on last night. So, the actual show will probably be on quite soon. I'm still going to do Nova. Nova will be the first one. But 332 is the one that's like coming along as well. I'm trying to like give a little bit of both. Classic and current. So, once I get them up and I like the way they are, all of the tutorials will be up like almost instantly because they'll be interchangeable. Anyway, folks, that's the show. I'm happy you guys are out here. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you come out. Sorry you got to work. Night shift sucks. Just remember it's day shift somewhere. But yeah, I hope if anything you saw that not every plane's a winner. Can't all be good. So that's why you keep building to get more. You eventually will get one that works. It's one of the reasons why there's so many aircraft that I have. It's just because, like, well, that one sucks, and that one sucks, but that one's okay. And if you sat along, you saw how I built them. So just be warned, they may suck because they all did till I clipped those wings. I wouldn't clip these wings. Well, this thing just sucks. I might have to do some more clipping to that. I might have to, I don't know. Again, that'll probably be better balled up and on fire, but still, build as many as you can. If you got a design you think that works, because you can tweak it and get it right. I wouldn't recommend building one and then keep on tweaking the one because how are you going to learn? You know, like if you fold too many of them, you're not going to learn anything more. It's like the real life. You just have to have multiples and figure out what works, especially because we can't take through these. Well, at least I don't think we can take these through a CAD and, CFD it. Be better if you could. Boy, that'd be so cool. Wonder if anybody actually has a paper aircraft design software. I wonder if we can come up with one. So we can actually take something through CFD. We don't have to physically fold something, and we could actually just, hmm, something to think about. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Thank you for coming out. Again, sorry you got to work. Appreciate all y'all watching. Don't do anything silly out there. Stay safe. Stay sane. Unlike our government. And if you want to, build what I built and tell me how yours worked. Maybe you can make this thing work or make this thing work, because I sure couldn't. I mean, that's got winglets. The hell. But anyway, like I said, thanks for coming out. I'll give you the tutorial. Why the hell not? Be on the lookout and probably be, I don't know when to launch on your time. Probably launch around midnight your time because I'll probably launch at like 8 in the morning here or something like that. It won't be live. I'm not making the tutorials live. It'll be put them out there and then all of a sudden, that. So, yeah. But anyway, again, thanks for showing up. Look out. Keep building them. Fly them. Post me some videos. And so I can see and grade and we can work on what doesn't work. I like that.